Hello. Good evening, everyone.
Good
And
evening.
I believe I'm audible enough.
You
Am I?
are. Yes,
All
you
right.
are.
All right. Greetings, everyone. My name is Koena Dinyake, born again child of God, and I'm grateful for this wonderful opportunity to talk to you about building healthy marriages. And I'm grateful for the organization to be able to get in touch with me in relation to this wonderful day. I really appreciate the time that we are going to have. And greetings to you also, Sister Chiro. And thank you for opening up in prayer for us and preparing the ground. And we continue, should we?
Yes, sir. You
All
ready?
right. Yes. Building healthy marriages. That's the topic that I'm going to talk about today. And when you read the Bible in the book of Psalm 127, verse 1, it says, unless the Lord builds the house, they labor in vain, them that build it. So it's very important that when we come to times like this, we know what is the intention of the whole service that we're going to have or the whole time that we're going to have. And the intention is not to destroy, the intention is to build. And I believe that when we talk about healthy marriages, it should be clear from the word go that building is intentional. You see, what keeps people to celebrate many years of marriage is because they are intentional about building the marriages, and they know that this is something that they want to do every day. I believe it's what they wake up to every day to say, I want to see this working. Because if they should decide to say, you know what, I've had enough, and enough is enough, I won't go any further, then it becomes a problem. But when we wake up to that to say, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to achieve, then it is doable and it is possible. Of course, sometimes what inspires people is the testimonies that they hear from other people, that the things that others went through. That's when they know if they went through these things and they succeeded or they made it, it also means I can also do it. But what are the foundations of marriage? I want to talk about courtship a little bit. I know most of you. Courtship it's a long on topic that you went through some years back and went through to conferences and a whole lot. But I would ask people that are married, and I like asking this question a lot: was courtship necessary to your marriage life, or was it too baked or too masked with scriptures and a whole lot of things? And did you learn anything out of it? Was it too much of a build up to marriage that even when you had a chance to call it a day, you couldn't? Because we know that when you talked about courtship, people said it's a time to know a person better. But was that knowledge enough? And how do you really know a person? Because I've personally learned that with my 17 years of marriage, that you cannot learn a person in the next 2 years and you think you know that person. When you get into marriage, you learn each other along the way. There are things that you come to understand and see even after 10 years of marriage. So that's why when people are married, they should open their eyes, open their ears to learning each other every day, because there are new things that may happen within this institution called marriage that may make them to believe, wow, did I not? You know, so courtship served as a platform for people to know each other. And it was a taboo back then when people would break a courtship, because it will simply be in the hands of the pastors. Everyone will be knowing, and there'll be this match made from heaven, a pastor plus a worshiper, quite a lot of things. But I still believe that it served as a platform for saints to know each other, and to prepare themselves for the big day that is coming. Unfortunately, some I would say the courtship was too crowded, maybe with quite a lot of people around it, and they were unable to make sober decisions. But still, be, be that as it may, I believe when people learn each other, they can still make it work. It's nothing to be thrown away. I like the statement that it's always been said, probably by one of the leaders in the groups, to say, uh, let's work on fixing it. So we believe that we should be intentional about fixing our marriages. One thing that I want us to learn today is how do we build healthy marriages? That is very key. Uh, One of the important factors is friendship. Let the friendship continue. You see, when it comes to marriage, marriage is about friendship. And when two people are in love, they must be friends. Or I don't know, should I say they should forge friendship? I don't think so. But they must be friends. So in marriage, we start being two and make a big wedding, people come, and come Sunday late, they all left us, we are two. And after that, we have kids, and kids grow up and they go to universities, and the next thing we are two again. So now, if we don't manage friendship, by the time we have to be two again, after everyone has left the house, you might find that the connection is no more there. In other words, let us keep the friendship going. Your partner should be your friend and should be your biggest friend, actually, because a person that you can call, even when you see something very, very funny, something very fun, something that does not make sense, but the person who will laugh at that is your partner. That's what friendship is all about. And friendship has to do with freedom. People that are friends, they are free. So now it's also very important that when you are with your friend, with your lover by this time around, you should be free around that person. Free in a way that you can even do things that people will never know that you can do those things. But when you are with this person, you are so free that this person is your safe haven. Somebody said the other time to say, uh, in marriage, you should be friends to an extent that should it go separate ways, you'd know that I'm dead because this person knows me more than any other. I did so many things with this person that if this person takes the file out there, I'm all gone because friendship is about that freedom that you have within your marriage. Number two, about how do we build healthy marriages? Do not stop doing small things that matters. Very key, very important. Sometimes we want to surprise people with big gifts, which is not wrong, okay? We want to do these big, big things and buy them these big presents and a whole lot, and we forget the small things. Coming back from work, chocolate, PS, you bring it home and you give it to your partner. What a day. You've brightened that day. You've actually cancelled, all the emotional abuse and the headache that has to do with the partner's workplace. So do not stop doing small things. I'll give you just an example. Picnic. Going out to the park, buy Zimbas, spend 50 rand and just go and spend time together. So small things matter. In the midst of doing all the big things, in the midst of doing all the important things that we think the important projects, building a house, we need to buy so many pallets of cement, so many. In the midst of all those things, let's squeeze in doing small things for each other. And things that what, my partner likes this, and I'm going to make sure that he or she gets it. So do not stop doing small things because it's small things that matters. When you read the Bible, like Song of Songs 2 verse 15, it says, catch for us the little foxes that ruin the vineyard. So if small things can build marriages, it's also small things that can make marriages to come into ruin. So we need to be careful that we don't expose our marriage to danger by not doing right things. Number three, under how do we build healthy marriages? It's interest sharing. Interest sharing is very important. And when you get into marriage, you must be ready for a change. If you are 10 years married, 5 years married, 12 years married, but you still as you were, then I'm not sure if it's the correct word to use, but I'd say something is not right because marriage changes people. Marriage, when you get home and people are shocked that, oh, we never thought you liked this thing. What happened? You just tell them marriage happened. We've never seen you going to a stadium to watch a soccer game. What happened? Marriage happened. We never saw you in a festival. What happened? Marriage happened. Now, marriage changes people. Now, what is interest sharing? Interest sharing is to say, I know you like music. I don't like music. But because you like music, I'm coming in to show interest and to support what you like. So I am sharing your interest, and that must be mutual. In other words, when I come in to support the things that you like, please also do the same. Return the favor. Come to where I am and support the things that I do. Saints, when support is one dimensional, then it becomes a problem. It becomes a problem. Do not be the one that is always supported without supporting the other party. It's very key that we share our interests. It's also good to check with your person. What is it that you like? Because if you don't find yourself within the interest of that particular person, there will be other cheerleaders out there who will be able to support that particular interest. Number four, complement each other. Very key. I know we learn that as we grow into marriage, after spending a whole lot of years being a brother or sister, the next thing you are married, and your wife wakes up, takes a good bath, and she leaves for work, and you say bye. And the first thing she gets into the office, and the colleague says, wow, you look nice. And she's like, but I left that man. I left before him, and he did not see me. So now it's very key that we learn to compliment each other. You look handsome after preaching great sermon. You are the best. Thank you for everything. Those things are key. Let's learn to compliment one another. It's very key. It's very important. Actually, it's encouraging. When you are complimented, you feel strong. When you're complimented, you feel good. You feel good to be complimented. It's the right thing to do, actually, to be complimented. So let's not stop complimenting each other. You are boosting the confidence of your partner. Number five, after under building, how do we build healthy marriages? Teamwork must never die. We work together, we do things together, either right or wrong, but teamwork must never die. People must know that you are a united front. But before they know it, let it be within you that you are a united front. You are strong together, always there for each other, supporting each other, audience, and knowing very well that you are always there for each other. Actually, people must know that if I see this one, the other one must just be around. That's how teamwork is, and continue to build that. And also, okay, very key, teamwork also against the children. I think people are getting shocked to say, like, really? Yes, as parents, we need teamwork for and against the children. Because sometimes if we're not careful, children are becoming the ones that put us astray. They're always looking for those small cracks and check if they can use some little loopholes. At the end of the day, you find that there is mommy there. Oh, not mommy. There is daddy and the three kids in support of one thing against the mother. The next time it's also daddy and the three kids against the mother. Then it becomes a problem. They must know that you are one team. I'm going to give you a very wrong example that I don't even encourage you to do it, people. This is, I know one couple that said to me, uh, this woman was saying, if I find my husband beating the kids, I join beating, do the beating, and I ask later, what did they do? And even the children knows to say, this couple are a team. Now, I did not say you should beat up your children. I believe you have your own ways of handling things that are happening within the families. Number six, honesty is the key. Honesty. Let us be honest in marriages. I want to talk about financial honesty. When you're able to say, this is what we have, this is what I'm able to do. this is what I'm unable to do. So that you don't find yourself trying to impress too much or having promised heaven and earth, but the reality of the matter is nothing is working out the way you expected it to be. So now be honest, play your cards openly, and bring whatever you bring to the table and say, this is what we have against the vision that we have as a family. This is what we want to build. And just for an example, this is my 10,000 rand salary. This is a double-story house in Woodlands that we want to build. So now it might take us, I thought we'll do it in 2 years, but the salary is not going to make us to achieve that dream in 2 years. So we'll keep on believing God for more businesses, more money, so that we can be able to achieve our dream. The dream remains, but the current reality is this. So that's when we become honest with each other. Now, number 7, please bear with me. My voice is a bit not okay. Just got a bout of flu some few years ago. Some few days ago. Sorry about that. Now, number 7 is open communication. Let us be open when it comes to communication. No sign language in marriages. No, I thought you meant, you see, I saw you walking out of the door and I thought you were angry. No, let's communicate, let's talk, and let's understand each other's language. When I talk about open communication, I put a post this week when somebody posted a question on Facebook to say, can I ask you something? It is being said that men are scared of that question. I'm not sure about you guys, but I heard that men are scared of that particular question. Now, open communication is the timing of the communication is key. There are times where we realize we're both not in a good state to be able to communicate any further than where we are. It's going to be toxic. Now, we respectfully bring that particular communication to a halt, and we say this matter will be discussed when we are both at a good level to discuss. But in relation to that, I'll also highlight something. I know that when discussions happen between couples, maybe I would say men would like to discuss within 10 minutes, done, sorted, solution, yes. But I believe, I hope I'm right. I believe women would want to put the point across until it is clear. That might be maybe 20 minutes or so. But we need to be there for each other in relation to understanding how do we communicate. No one should feel suffocated within that particular communication. But the key thing here is, please, when you are communicating, either conflict wise or anyhow, please let's check if the conversation is not getting toxic or is still healthy. All right. Number 8, when we talk about building healthy marriages, it's also good to talk about your sex life, eh? It's very important. It's obvious that I had to get to this point. You cannot just have a communication about everything else, everything, attend every conference and be taught about communication, but we can't talk about sex life. We should. Sometimes after we do it, we should also say, you know what, how was it? Put a rate, man, out of 10. How was it? I'm sorry if you get 2. I'm sorry to say that. But it's good to say, oh yeah, you hit the right spot. You were there. And even during the action, communication is very important. Right there. I believe you guys, sometimes we are doing right there only in the church. You see people standing up, you preach, say right there, yes, man of God, do it again. Please, let's take the same energy, take it to the bedroom and speak and say, I like it right there. Do it one more time. Drive on, ride on. But we need to communicate and also to revert to the action that just occurred. If it did not go well, let's try to find out what was wrong, what caused it not to go well. Was somebody coming back from work stressed up and a whole lot? We need to find that particular common ground. Yes, I like it. I like what you say when you say energy in the bedroom, Bazalwan. Yes, communicate, make that noise, and yeah, and the thing that I like the most about this thing, it's, I don't know, maybe you're seeing it differently, but every time you go out to your hotels, to your water, I don't know, but I think there is always that spicy sex life in those hotels. I'm not sure if they prayed and fasted for the hotels before you even got there. I don't know. But there's something different about doing it in a different atmosphere. So those things are helpful. That's why going out as a couple, it becomes very key. So this number 8 that talks about sex life, communicating within your sex life, create an atmosphere for your sex life. Make it work. And atmosphere, it means quite a lot of things. So spontaneity, it's also very important. What is spontaneity? It's being spontaneous. It's doing it in the garage, um, and all the naughty places that can spice up your relationship. So do it, do it, do it. Don't find yourself waiting for the main bedroom, same style, and a whole lot. No, do it, do it, do it. And right still under number 8, exploration without judgment is key. That's still under number 8. When you explore, when somebody comes in with new things, maybe while tshwere ka dihaka and batlile le dihaka ba go gokeletse mo mpeteng for that particular day, you don't need to crumble and say, who taught you? Where did you get these things? No, no, no. You need to go with the flow and learn new things. Learn new things. And always look forward. When you spice up the sex life, you're not going to scare somebody at 7:30 in the evening or 8 o'clock in the evening without preparing the mood. Asale ko mmerekong, ka meeting in a boardroom with a big meeting happening with the CEOs. Ba bona Moiselle, a shapa smile because mo shapile ka SMS, WhatsApping with strong line. Rewe, tonight is tonight. Ka Sepedi ba re ke tlo go bontsha mmao. Ka Sepedi sir ke tlo go bontsha mmao. In other words, already this person, knowing that at work it might not be best and a whole lot, but already this person is coming home to a charged up mood. Wow, I like what you're saying, Lewy. Let's get the mood right. And Johnny Gill, wow, let's get the mood right. Let's turn the mood to be in a good condition. I know maybe we know quite a lot of worship songs and choruses, but let's set the mood right. Let's know the songs that can spice up. And if Bokoko Lebo Racholo, they are still alive, hey, Friday, get these kids into the car and take them to their granny's place, and no clothes weekends, run the whole house naked. Let's create those memories that will say, even when chips are down, it will be the memories that will keep the marriage, to say, you know what, this is what this man did to me, this is what this woman did to me, so I'm not leaving this marriage for anything. So please, yeah, I won't dwell much on point number 9, but equal in-laws management. In-laws are not a problem. I'm saying it now. In-laws are not a problem. When you put a united front, when you become a team, they are not a problem. They respect you as much as you become united. Tell them what you want and what you don't want, and you become one in what you are saying, and love them as they are. But with the in-laws, after getting married, I tell it to my brothers in the church. Tell it to my brothers wherever. I say, first get a house, get a home, even if it's one room, get a home. Do not. You're still going to learn each other, and you cannot learn each other in a crowd. So make sure that you get a home. So please make sure that you build a home for your family. All right. Number 2, support each other's dreams. This is very key saying. When you know that a person wants to achieve their dreams, it's also very important to ask that particular person, what is it that you want to achieve? How can I help you? What is your childhood dream? Somebody will say to you, I'm a teacher by profession. That person will say that. But when I grew up, I wanted to be a doctor. But how can I help you to become a doctor? That is also key for your marriage. help each other to reach your dreams. What is it? Do you want to be a farmer? Imagine if your husband says to you, I want to be a farmer. And you come and say, surprise, surprise. When he gets home, he finds two goats there. Is that not a good surprise? Is to say, I don't understand anything about goats. I don't understand anything about farming. But because you said you want to do farming, there I am. I'll support you. I don't understand anything about music, but because you like music, I'm going to pay for your first song that you are going to record. Let's learn to support each other. Quality time is very key. Wow, wow, let's push. Quality time, very important. And the next point is, I know you guys are saying the couple that prays together stays together. Very key, very important. But to you, I bring the message: the couple that gossip together stays together. And I know it's very wrong, but you know what? The couple that gossip together. What does that mean? It's when you know that you can share stories between the two of you. When you know that your husband or your wife is a safe space. Gossip together, have fun together. Pillow, yes, pillow talks, Pakisho. Pillow talks. When when if it happens that you go to your wife's or your husband's workplace and they start to introduce themselves to you, say, my name is John. In your heart, say, hey, John, all 1, 2, 3. You must be ready to laugh because your partner brought you all the news that happened at work, and now these guys are introducing themselves to you. And what you remember is the information that you know about those particular people. Not a bad information per se, but I mean, it must be a safe space to come home to your partner and share all them gossip that you have, because this is your soulmate, this is your life partner, and be there emotionally. I want to quickly get to things that kills marriages, but before I get there, be there emotionally. To emotionally, when a person ask a person, how do you feel? Are you okay? How can I help you? Emotional emotions cannot be replaced by presents, cannot be replaced by gifts, cannot be replaced by anything. You just need to be there. Why are you quiet? How can I? What do you want us to do? Because sometimes you find that you are so down coming back from work, and you get home, you find kids blowing the music up in the air and dancing, and you quickly rush to the kids and shout at them, not because they did anything wrong, but because emotionally you are not okay. So it's also important to read the mood and emotionally support or recharge each other's batteries emotionally. Sometimes you also need to check what is it that the person needs to be in a very good condition. Just a walk, tomorrow just a run, tomorrow just getting into the car and drive to nowhere and come back. Please, those things, it's an emotional connection. And if you cannot cry when you are with your partner and pour your heart out, that means your partner is not an emotional space for you. Even when you are frustrated, that's the place where you should get home and say, I am frustrated. My boss frustrates me. My employees frustrates me. My business frustrates me. That's the place where you should pour your heart. I'm scared. You see, I know at work you put a different face, but when you get home, you should be able to say, love, I am scared. I am scared of what tomorrow brings for me. I'm not okay. I'm not fine. Be honest. What kills marriages? Wow, wow, wow. It's complacency. We have arrived syndrome. We go to weddings and we find the years being celebrated. Like I just celebrated my years to you now and said to you in the next few weeks on the 7th of July will be 17 years in marriage. That should not make us to be complacent and think we have arrived. And because we have 4 boys, I should not come to a stage where I think, you know what, I've arrived, she will not go anywhere. Hey, she's still as beautiful as ever. If she becomes available tomorrow, she might be taken. So I must make sure that I continue to cultivate this marriage even after 17 years to 30 years to 45 years. Don't ever look at your partner and say, you know what, he's an anointed man of God. You know, he loves God, he fears God, he's loved by people, he has so many branches, you know, and he loves his family, he loves his children. That should not make you to be complacent. When you get home, you are not a mamuruti, you are not a what, you are not a prayer warrior, you are a partner, a life partner, a wife. Now you should not be complacent. Drag along that G string to your bedroom, drag along that nakedness to your bedroom, because now you get in, you've taken off every mask, employment mask, business mask, everything. You become a wife. Do not be complacent. Please spice it up. Even though he's prayerful, even though he speaks in tongues, but do not be complacent. Throw that leg up in the air and do your magic. Be a girlfriend to that guy so that tomorrow when he comes home, might even get into a red robot thinking that I am going home. You see, that's where friendship comes in. If marriage becomes exciting, it's something to look forward to. Do not be and do not be complacent because of the things that you did for your partner. You know, the distance, we come from far. You know, we have helped so many marriages. We you know, those accolades do not matter. Be not complacent. And to me as a guy, I'll say I must continue to be a I must continue to be a boyfriend to my wife and kiss her, you know, on her palms, and, you know, kiss her wherever she wants to be kissed. I forget about scriptures when I get to the bedroom. I should do fire, you know, the real fire, not the fire at the crusade. But don't let your guard down. You know, be that girl. Be that girl. I hope you heard what I wanted to say. You see, I wonder how did the snake really get into the Garden of Eden? But I believe it must be complacency. It's because, you know, Adam and Eve were so complacent, and maybe it's because there were not a lot of models passing by the Garden of Eden, and, you know, Adam was just saying, "Wow, I'm the only guy for Eve. So even if I sleep, no one will take me." So the snake came. So do not be complacency kills marriages. Uh, be each other's lifter. Being each other's lifter. You know, Job's wife was not a lifter. Uh, lift your partner. When you stop lifting each other, it's because you are killing your own marriage. You know, Hannah's husband, I'm talking scriptures now. Hannah's husband was a lifter. He said to Hannah, say, am I not worth to you more than 10 sons? Encouraging Hannah during the time when Hannah needed encouragement the most. So please, complacency might also be not complacency per se, but one of the things that is good but might kill marriages is when we don't know how to manage growth academically, growth financially. It's also very dangerous. When we are doing well, we should do well as a team. When we also kids, I spoke about kids. I don't want to dwell much on kids, but they sometimes take our attention. So we should be careful that when we uh, when we grow, we should grow together. When we grow, we should grow as a team. When we get promoted, when we are busy with life, we should always be there for each other and be careful that we don't find ourselves being complacent. I went back to that because these things kill marriages. When you find that your growth has now become a stumbling block. If, for example, I'm going to a, a conference at work for a week, and after that I'll be coming home for 4 days, and another week I'll be going to a conference. Oh, saints, I make sure that that week that I'm home, no one leaves the house. No one leaves the house. It's during the day, during the morning, in the morning, in the evening, until the dude says, no, enough is enough. And you say, I'll be away for a week. So I want to make sure. So just talk fridge. gore bana ba shala ba ija ke ra gore ke le ka go tšhaba mara ke a tseba gore le nko gore na ke lebisitše kae. So now things that kills marriages, cheating for sure is very dangerous, and no one wants to experience that. So I believe as saints or as lovers, as partners, we should never even make that our mission to get out of the marriages that we have. Please, this is also very dangerous. It kills marriages. And we need to check firstly what might be the causes of cheating. No attention, busy bees, not speaking out when you're dying inside, a noisy home, feeling less appreciated, some of the things we spoke about, clicking with the wrong dude, know when to remove a shoulder. And I'll explain that because I think that it's, especially some of us who are pastoring, that you become a shoulder to cry on for the church and a whole lot, but you must know when to remove that shoulder and say to a person, I've done counseling and now this counseling comes to an end. If you are not okay, then I can't help you any further. You need Jesus now. Counseling has come to an end. That should also happen to everyone. Know when to say, this time, no further. Wow. When you are married, but the search still continues, that's very dangerous. That kills marriages. You know what that means? It's I call it a principle. Marrying Peter, loving Joe. That's what I call it. You are married to this particular person, but you're still in love with somebody else. Not in love as in like you're in love, but you are probably building a person that you want out of the person that you married. I know back then, if you were watching movies, people would say to you, I think a lot of ladies would agree with me to say they loved, who is that? Will Smith. Yeah, Will Smith. And who else? I'm next to my wife. Yeah, I'm next to my wife here, and I know when Ferguson died, I felt like there was a funeral in my own house because she was mourning Ferguson until I had to stand and say, "Hey, Ferguson is not part of this family. It's just a job on that one." But I'm saying who you have in as your partner is what you should appreciate. Appreciate the person that you have inside your marriage. Don't try to make your partner your dream husband, the one you wanted to have. So love the person that you have as that person is, right? And the other thing that is going to help us, things that are killing marriages, that we is uttering negative words to each other. And do not, when we forgive each other, we forget that weight still remains. Do not find yourself uttering negative words to each other. And lastly and finally, it's apologize when you are wrong, and not in parables or justification. Apologize, apologize, and sincerely, and do not say I'm sorry. Nadia, I'm shocked. I'm shocked that Nadia's also mourned Mr. Shaw. Pod also mourned Mr. Shaw. Guys, what's happening in this group? Should I do a sinner's prayer and sing Sempete Wanaya Rate Hamuluki Waka? Because I think a lot of you were mourning Mr. Shaw here in this group. So yeah, I think I'll do a sinner's prayer at the end of this session. Yeah. Oh, I see some need an unveiling. Yeah, a sinner's prayer. I'm ready to do that. But apologize. It's very important. Let's learn. Let's learn. P. If you feel that the words that you're going to release are going to be toxic, don't say those words. You might say them in 2 minutes. Those words might take 10 years to be out of the system of your partner. So may God richly bless you. I enjoyed the time with you.